As a very first step of the process, we're gonna create the master table. Don't get scared, this table will get quite big and quite large. There's gonna be lots of information in it. Basically, every information is going to be in this master table. But don't worry, at the end we're gonna break it down in different views and we will only see what we need to see for the specific task. So let's get started. As a first step, we're gonna go to Notion. In Notion, we are going to create a new page. You have two options to do this. The first one is to click on the plus and choose page. The second option is with shortcuts by just typing / and page, and it will show up as well. As a next step, we're going to name our page. I'm going to call it Design Database. To make the page look a little bit nicer, we can go up here to the three dots and toggle small text and full width. This will give us a little bit more space to work with. And to make it look even a little bit better, I'm just going to remove the sidebar by going close sidebar here. Obviously, I can always bring it back and remove it again if I need it. Now it's time to really create the table. To do this, we can go plus and then scroll all the way down until we find Table Inline. I'm going to give it another name, so I'm just going to call it Design Database again. That's the name of the table. As you can see, Notion already fills it up a little bit for us. Some of them can stay, some of them maybe not, but we have the freedom to delete and move and choose and create whatever columns we need. So let's get started. The first one that Notion suggests is the name. Obviously this can stay because I would assume that every design file has a name. At least I give them names. The second one is tags, which we will also keep, but we will fill this up in a minute. The next option that Notion gives us here is files. So they would give you the option to really choose a file and upload them and save them directly into Notion, which can be useful for you if this is the place where you want to store your files. I don't use it because I have all my files centralized in a Google Drive folder. It's better for me because it doesn't matter if I create in Photoshop or Illustrator on my computer or I use Procreate on the iPad. I can all save it into the same drive and I always know where they are. So this is something that I don't use. So for this, I'm just gonna show you how you can delete this column. You just right click and we move down here to delete and delete. Now it's gone. So let's create another column. One column that I always need is an ID. I give every design a specific ID, and for this I'm gonna rename it ID, and we're gonna make it a number. Then we can just make the column a little bit smaller and drag and drop it to the front. Maybe now it's a good moment to explain to you how I name my files. If we just move over to Google Drive, you see that all of my designs are grouped together under the ID number. They are all named the same way. First there's ID number, then I give them a little shortcut to see what it is. For instance, hoodie is HD, pop socket is pop socket, and t-shirt is t-shirt. Since to upload them, you need to create them in different sizes, and that's how I do it. And then obviously there is the design name. So all of my designs in all sizes are always grouped together. So let me just transfer these designs into our new table. So design number 1. As a next step, let's go to the tags. I use tags to see the status of my current design. So let's create some tags. The way you do it is you just click into here and then you type in the first option. I use 4 different status tags. I use idea, where it's basically just an idea, but I didn't do anything yet. I use in progress, which means that I already draw this design or I am planning to draw this next. I use ready to upload, which means that the design is ready, but I still have to write like the metadata to upload, like the keywords and the descriptions and those kind of things. And the last status is uploaded. So let's create them. What you do is to click into the first field and just start typing. So we have idea, enter, in progress, enter, ready to upload, enter, and upload it. Now, if you would want to change the colors on this, you can do so by just clicking the 3 dots next to it. So I'm going to make idea gray. In progress we leave blue. Ready to upload, maybe I make yellow. And uploaded green. Now there is one last thing we need to change in this column. Right now all the statuses show up in the same time, but I don't think the design can be in progress at the same time as uploaded. So what we have to do is change here. I just right click to open this, from multi-select to select, which will keep the same tags, but we're only able to choose one at a time. Let's say the octopus is an idea, the unicorn is in progress, the skull is ready to upload, and the bug is already uploaded. And I'm going to also make this column a little bit more narrow, so we have more space. As a next step, I want to know which products I actually have uploaded the designs to in which print-on-demand service. So what I'm going to do is create a column for each POD. The way I do it is to create a new column. I'm going to pick the first POD service here, which would be Merch by Amazon Germany. And this I want a multi-select because there's obviously several products that I have uploaded my design at the same time. So the way I do it, I mean, Merch by Amazon has tons of options right now to upload your designs. I usually only upload to t-shirt, hoodie, and pop sockets unless the design sells really, really good. So I'm just gonna enter these 3 types. Obviously, if you upload to more different types of designs, you can add and delete whatever you need. So I have t-shirts, pop sockets, and hoodies. So just to make this look good, I'm going to remove them from here. Because if it's an idea, I cannot have it uploaded yet, and I will put it here. So let's say the book we already uploaded on t-shirts and hoodies. And the same thing we're going to do for every POD that you upload. So I'm going to add Merch by Amazon US. Again, make it a multi-select. And I'm going to add the 3 products that I personally upload to. And let's say the bug one I only uploaded to t-shirts. And I'm also going to add spreadshirt in Germany. And again, make it multi-select. And let's say there I only upload t-shirts, hoodies, and pillows, just as an example. So for every single design, you can really customize the products that you upload your designs to. As a last step, I want to change how the table sorts the lines. Basically, I want the newer designs to go on top so it's easier for me to see them. And the way we change this is to go here to the 3 dots, sort, add a sort, and we're going to go for ID number, descending. So from now on, the newer ones are on top and easier to see. And this is the first step of creating the master database. It's already quite useful, I would say, but it's not nearly as useful as it can be once we add all the different views that we can actually work with. So that's what we're gonna do next.